what did you do for a living?
I was a teacher for a while. I taught in public school, homeschool, community college, and I had a private school.
Yeah.
And then I got into juvenile justice, and I worked for juvenile justice with juvenile delinquents, and I was doing their doing their rehabilitation program.
What's the biggest obstacle to education?
The teachers union. Can I be blunt?
Thank you. Yeah, teachers union, and we don't educate our kids. We used to have a like mechanical, the woodworking, everything else.
That's right.
The teachers union took it out.
Yes, they did.
But we need to turn back to that. What do you think about that?
I think that's right. I think we've lost all of our journeyman and apprentice programs, and we're not training our children to do the real jobs. And if we would, in high school, offer something that you could apprentice under an actual person that earns a living there, I think they would learn a lot in OJT.
Our kids are changing the atmosphere, you know, our kids have different needs. You gotta have dynamics, you know, things are changing, so that's why we're jumping in it. Our kids they want different things than we did, and we're starting to see, you know, as we decided that this was something that I was gonna run for, you know, what our kids are asking for their future is different than what we were asking for, and so we need new blood who understands the new generation.
Next up, we'll have Sharron Engel running for Congressional District 2.
Thank you, Earl. Thank you all for being here. I am Sharron Engel. I'm running for Congressional District 2, and I want you to vote for me. I've lived in Ely, Winnemucca, and Tonopah, as well as Reno. I live in Northwest Reno right now. I have 9 grandchildren and 2 children. I got into politics because of my son and the overreach of government. I was the past president of the National Federation of Republican Assemblies. We endorse conservative values, constitutional values in every state. And I am very proud of the constitutionally conservative platform that we fight for in our Republican Party every year. I just would ask you to join with me. Let's get out there, let's go door to door, and let's turn out that Republican vote. We can win these elections if we get those who are registered really voting, and those who join us in embracing the values of freedom to join us as well. Thank you so much. Remember, Sharron Engel for Congressional District 2. I want your vote.
We're here in Lander County. The main cities are Austin and Battle Mountain. We're in Battle Mountain today, and we're speaking with Earl and Amy, and we're going to ask them some questions about Battle Mountain, Lander County, Nevada, and the United States. And first, Earl, I want to talk to you about being an activist here in Battle Mountain. I know that you have a farther reach than Battle Mountain, but you talk to us about that, would you?
A number of years ago, I was looking at what was going on in the country, and I felt like things were really going bad, much more so than I anticipated it ever would. So I decided, well, you know what, I need to get involved with it. So that's how I got involved with the Republican Party in Lander County.
Hi, Amy. As you know, I'm running for Congressional District 2, and I want to represent you. And I know that one of the big issues that we've talked about in the past is healthcare. And I'd like you to just kind of tell me what the issue is that you've found.
Well, I have family members that are having to pay a fortune right now for healthcare. And it all seems like when we had Obamacare implemented, everybody's rates it became a monopoly or something, to where my son is paying $1,700 a month for his 4 little kids. It's hard to make a mortgage these days with, a monopoly on health care. I think we need to get back to privatized competition to where they can afford to take care of their families. I mean, they're paying for insurance now and can't put the kind of food and clothing that they need on their children because the health care is so important. I also am concerned that with Obamacare, once it came in, it seemed like it really caused a problem with our doctors. Also with Medicare, I'm on Medicare, and they don't seem to care as much once you're on Medicare. I've got an illness to where I have a supplemental, and I pay a lot for that and my Medicare, and then the doctors don't even want to see me. So yeah, it's pretty sad days with the health care.
Well, and we were talking about your family. You have a daughter who had a special needs child.
I did.
And I have a grandson who's special needs, and so there is an area that we share in common. Talk to me a little bit about the needs that have come up. Just having children that have special needs.
I had the most amazing little boy, grandson, A.J. Olson, and I think most of Northern Nevada knew him. I think he recognized him possibly too. Anybody he would meet, he'd put tears in their eyes because he was so sweet. Little angel in our lives. I know God sent him for a reason. However, he suffered a great deal of pain with his illness, and they wouldn't give him anything for the pain meds. He'd have a lot of seizures, and a lot of people would say that medical marijuana worked, but we never did get to try that, and it might have worked. But the sad part was they were always afraid of giving him medicine because they were afraid he would get addicted to something. And here he was dying. And so he suffered tremendously. And we lost him 2 years ago. His mama, my daughter, went back to school. She wanted to change the pain threshold for special needs. She is doing a dual major, one in hospital administration, and then also she wants to be a PA for his special needs doctor. She took care of him for 7 years, his sick little boy, and she had to pump his tummy and take care of everything. We didn't have the health care that she needed. Not most people could do what she did. Absolutely no. She was an amazing mom. But when he passed away, she had made the goal to go back to school and change the pain threshold. I mean, her goal is to change the pain threshold in special needs. And I really wish that we could get health care to pay more attention to these sick little kids. He couldn't speak, he was nonverbal, but you could tell he was in pain, he'd cry. And she couldn't give him anything for it. That was the hardest part, was watching him suffer.
I think what you're saying to us is that we need to have control over our own individual health care needs. That this one size fits all does not fit all. There are special things that happen with each one of us, and we need to be able to talk individually with our doctors about what we need and have them be able to treat us without thinking about what the bottom line or the cost of that might be and who's going to pay that bill in the end, and also to have a freedom to go out there on the market and choose health care that is appropriate for us. And right now we just don't have that freedom nor that ability. And even with President Trump making sure that we got the individual mandate off, we all know that the mandates that are still there are still causing these premiums to be very, very costly. And also we don't have the solution that we need, which is to have a greater opportunity, more options to look for the health care that would be for us.
Since he lifted up that penalty that you get through the IRS for not having health care,
right?
I think you're going to see people going without health care some more. It's too expensive. We have to address this. My son's biggest concern with the election and even President Trump now is, what are we going to do about health care? It's too expensive. My grandbabies need insurance. My kids need insurance. My family, everybody's family in Nevada needs some good insurance.
Tonight we're going to the Washoe County Republican Lincoln Day Dinner, and the guest speaker tonight is Dinesh D'Souza.
Well, we've completed the first leg of the campaign trail, and we're headed on to the second. Let's take a little recap.
That's right, Mitch. We started in Eureka with Eureka County's Lincoln Day Dinner. Then we went to Yerington for Lyon County. Then we went to Elko for Elko County. We came back to Battle Mountain for Lander County, Winnemucca for Humboldt County, and ended up in Lovelock for the Pershing County Lincoln Day Dinner. We're starting the second leg of the Lincoln Day circuit now. Last night we were in Washoe County, the Reno Lincoln Day Dinner. This morning we're going to be right here in Story County in Virginia City. This evening, Carson City County, and we will end up tomorrow evening then in Douglas County at the Carson Valley Inn in Gardnerville. From there, we will finish the tour in Fallon in Churchill County.
For those who have not made it out to a Lincoln Day dinner in the past, tell them a little bit about why they should be attending these events.
We know the statistic that only 25% of the people who are eligible to vote actually register to vote, and only 25% of those who are registered to vote actually vote. That means that there has to be a way that we can gather people in, get their interests, give them the information so that they can make that informed vote, so it isn't just a small percentage of the people deciding who is governing in this country and in our cities and in our states. And so these Lincoln Day dinners really gathered the faithful, the ones that say, I really understand, I need to be an informed voter. I need to know who the candidates are. I need to talk to them personally. And that's what the Lincoln Day dinner does. It's called the Lincoln Day Dinner because Abraham Lincoln was the very first Republican president during the Civil War. We honor him and his memory. We also honor President Reagan. So it's a time for people to get together and honor the principles that we hold dear as conservatives, which is lower taxes, less government regulation, those things that we put into our party platform every year. And as you know, I run on that party platform because that's really who I am as a lower taxes, less government regulation person. And you will meet those kinds of candidates at these Lincoln Day dinners.
Well, let's continue our journey.
Let's do that.
25 years later, I served in your legislature and I was able to get a law passed that said you can homeschool your children in Nevada without any other caveats, just straight up, you can homeschool your children. That's what choice in education really is about, is giving us the freedom to make those kinds of choices. Again, I'm Sharron Engel. I'm running for Congressional District 2. I want your vote. You can find out more about me at SharronEngel.com.
We have a closed primary state. If you're not registered Republican, you can't vote in the primary. Remember your Constitution. We the people are at the top of the pyramid, and the government closest to the people is the highest office that you can hold. All of the rest of the office down the line from that are there just to create some rules of engagement. I want to go back, I want to represent you and the Constitution.